Alright, today we're dividing polynomials. It's going to ask you find the quotient of 2x squared plus 16x divided by 2x. So I can rewrite it like this, just so I can visualize what I'm doing. What I want to do, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break up 2x squared plus 16x into 2x squared divided by 2x plus 16x divided by 2x. Because anytime we divide, really what we're doing is we're dividing this and we're dividing that. So I have 2x squared divided by 2x plus 16x divided by 2x. What can I take out of 2x squared and 2x?
2x.
2x. Leaves me with 1x here. What can I take out of 16x and 2x?
2.
2x. What am I left with?
8x.
8. So there's my answer. X plus 8. So we've got b squared plus 12b minus 14 divided by 3b. So really what I do is I split each one of these and divide them by 3b.
Wait, would you not factor it?
No, I don't factor it. I take each term. What I do is I divide each term by this. By what's doing the dividing.
Whenever it was.
So we've got b squared divided by 3b. What can I take out of b squared and 3b?
B.
B. I'm left with 1b there. So over here I've got b divided by 3. What can I take out of 12b and 3b?
B.
3b, right? What am I left with? 4. What can I take out of 14 and 3b? Nothing. I leave it as this right there. 14 over 3b. I can't simplify, I can't add, I can't do anything else, so I'm done. Now, all we've been doing before, the last couple problems, was when we were dividing polynomials by monomials. There's one term, so I split each term up. This is dividing by a binomial. I have two terms there. So what I want to do first, okay, I've got this over h plus 6. What I want to do is I want to factor h squared plus 9h plus 18 if I can. All right, which I can. It splits into h plus 3 and h plus, you want to take a guess? 6. Because I'm dividing it by h plus 6. So my h plus 6 cancel, just like we did yesterday, and you're left with h plus 3. So that's if you're dividing by a binomial. So I factor b squared minus 2b minus 15 and the b minus 5 and the b plus 3. I divide by b plus 3. That means I get rid of that, and there's my answer, b minus 5. Alright, so now we're going to use long division. Sometimes it doesn't factor. Y squared plus 4y plus 13, we can't factor that in anything. Or plus 12. We can't factor that. So what we do is we use long division. So I've got y squared plus 4y plus 12 inside the division sign, and on the outside I've got y plus 3. What I do is as I see what I could do to y plus 3 to get y squared plus 4y. It's just like when you learn long division in elementary. Okay, what can I times y plus 3 by to get y squared plus 4y? How about y? What's y times y? Y squared. What is 3 times y? 3y. So I'm going to subtract that, which y squared minus y squared would cancel out. 4 minus 3y would be what? Y. I dropped down the 12. I've got y plus 12. So what could I add to y plus 3 to get y plus 12?
3.
Now remember, okay, what you're really doing is you're trying to get rid of the first term. I have y squared, so I had to times this by y to get rid of that term. So what I've got to do is I got to get rid of y. So could I times anything by y if all I need is y? No. So I times by 1, and I put y plus 3 on the inside, which I'm going to subtract it. So what is y minus y? 0, right? Cancels out. What's 12 minus 3? 9. So here's the answer that we give. Y plus 1 plus 9 over y plus 3. Because that's exactly what you would do in long division. Remember, if something doesn't work out before you learned about decimals, you had the remainder over the one that was dividing. You end up having the fraction. So this is the same thing. So we have y plus 1 plus 9 over y plus 3. And that's my answer. Any questions? 3x squared plus 9x minus 15. You have to divide it by x plus 5. It doesn't factor. So I have to do long division. So what can I times x plus 5 by to get 3x squared? I've got to times it by something to get 3x squared. That's what I'm trying to get rid of. You're trying to get rid of each term individually. So how do I get rid of 3x squared? 3x. 3x times x is 3x squared. And then 3x times 5 is 15x. So I subtract. Okay. The 3x squareds would cancel. 9x minus 15x gives me what? Negative 6x minus 15. I drop down. So how do I get x into negative 6x? I divide, or I would times by negative 6, right? So I have negative 6 times x. I get negative 6x. Negative 6 times positive 15 is negative 30. So I would subtract those. So that would be negative 6 plus 6x would get rid of it. Negative 15 minus negative 30 would give you what?
45, negative 45.
Positive 15. All right, negative 15 plus 30 give you positive 15. Is there anything I can do with that? No, I can't go any further. So I write that over x plus 5. And there's my answer. Alright, so I'm going to have to divide that. I can clearly see that n squared plus 6n plus 2 does not factor. So I have to use long division. So I'm dividing it by n minus 2. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get rid of each term individually. So what do I need to times n minus 2 by to get rid of n squared? N. Okay, which... Alright, so that would give you n squared minus 2n. So I subtract that. N squareds would cancel. 6n minus negative 2n would give you what?
8n.
8n. 6n minus negative 2n. Remember, this is why I put the minus sign outside parentheses. This is what I've got when I take this times this. But I have to subtract that. So that's why I'm putting inside parentheses. I always go back to this. So what could I times n minus 2 by to get 8n? 8. Right? So I take 8n minus 16. I'm going to subtract that. 8n minus 8n cancels out. 2 minus 16 will give you...
What is that, negative 16?
That is negative 16, so it'll give you 18. Right? And that's what I'm left with. So n plus 8 plus 18 over n minus 2. We have c cubed plus 5c minus 6 divided by c minus 1. This is... I put this in here because I want you to understand if there's a missing term. Is there a missing term in this? What would that missing term be? C squared, right? So when I rewrite this, when I put this under the division sign, I have to add that missing term in. Which, what do you think I should put? 0c squared. Good. Right? If it's times by 0, you wouldn't even need it in there. So if you need it in there, it's 0. Plus 5c minus 6. And I'm dividing all that by c minus 1. So then we go through. What can I times c minus 1 by to get c cubed? Because remember, I'm trying to get rid of each term. I'm trying to get rid of c cubed first.
3.
C squared.
Oh, c squared, yeah.
C squared. C times c is c squared. C squared times negative 1 is negative c squared. So I'm going to subtract that. Oh, that should be 3 right there. C cubed minus c cubed cancels out. What is 0 c squared minus negative c squared? C squared, right? Okay. 0 minus negative c squared would just add to give you c squared. I drop down positive 5c. What can I times c minus 1 by to get c squared? Remember, I'm trying to get rid of each term. I'm trying to get rid of this. I'm going to times it by c. C times c is c squared. C times negative 1 is negative 1c. And I subtract that. C squared minus c squared cancels out. 5c minus negative 1c is 6c. I drop down the 6. Now I'm trying to get rid of 6c, so what do I times c minus 1 by? Positive 6. And I get 6c minus 6, which when I subtract both of those, what do I get? 0. So I'm done. There's my answer. C squared plus c plus 6.
Here's your homework assignment.